do an introduction, and then I just start talking to you. When I'm moving around, you don't follow my eyes, because I'll be looking at your ear, and you go,
got you.
You'll be telling me a story, and we'll want eye contact.
Normally, yeah.
But
okay.
so I'm not interested. It's just I've got to make it bloody head as well.
Cool.
As well as talk.
So I'll just keep looking forward and chatting.
Yeah. But often people get very animated, and their heads become very impressionistic. So if you want an accurate representation of yourself, keep your head straight forward.
I'll not speak about life in prison then.
God no. Are you a prison officer?
I was, yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's a more stories, but I'll leave that
Oh,
alone.
no, carry on.
No, I'll leave that.
They don't involve bending your head.
I was the one bending.
Great. Okay, well, so welcome.
Thank you.
Lawrence Edwards.
David
Sharp.
Yeah.
Is that with an E or with an?
Without, thank you.
Without an E.
Yeah.
Great. And so, obviously, you were a miner.
Yeah.
And you come from a family of miners?
Yeah. Granddad, father,
Right.
brother, elder brother, he was an electrician, known as glassbacks.
As what?
Glassbacks.
Glassbacks.
Yeah.
You make electricians with glassbacks?
Yeah, because they couldn't lift anything.
Broken back, weren't they? Not because you could see through them.
No. So we all used to refer to the windowline in the pockets.
And what colliery were you at?
I was at Charleston Colliery, which is between Wakefield and Pontefract.
Right. Okay. And how long were you there?
Nearly 10 years, I think, in the 70s to 84, 85. Followed my dad. Didn't really want to, but as times went on, I was a young kid and all my mates had loads of money as it was in those days, and I thought, actually, I'll have a go at that. And I thoroughly loved it, I really did.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you love the work, or?
Yeah, I liked the work because there were no bosses around.
The bosses?
Bosses as in suits.
Yeah.
To interfere and such. It was just your team, you know, led by a deputy, of course.
Yeah.
And it was good camaraderie because you worked together nights, days and afters. The team I was with them practically all my time underground.
Okay.
So you got to know everything about each other, and what went off underground stayed underground.
Yeah.
You know. You used to have many occasions when trying to explain to people what had gone off that day, and I usually happened to rip the beer mat, tear the strip of the beer mat to draw what I was talking about, because outside the pit fraternity nobody had a clue what you were talking about.
Really?
You know, terminology of things, you know.
Well, I'm trying to get kind of in this sculpture, I want to have I'll call it a lexicon or a glossary of mining words. Because I want it to be like a pavement when you
Changes
walk
from
over.
pit to pit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, tremendously so.
Yeah.
We had a fella, he came from a local pit when that shut, and he was speaking kind of another language at times when he was speaking about stuff. His name was Frank, it was Frank. And the pit was only like 4 miles away.
Really?
Yeah, it changes so much from village to village, you know. I mean, like Wales, they had pits every couple hundred yards down the valleys.
Yeah.
At Charleston, we had 3 or 4 in sort of 10-mile radius, so a bit more spread out, you know.
Amazing. So,
Yeah.
your dad was at the same pit?
Yeah, my dad was an overman eventually.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So was that a burden for you in the pit?
And no, it was for other people, I think, who knew me.
Oh, really? They had to mind their P's and Q's?
Yeah, well, no, they just thought, oh, Sharpie's lad, he's a bastard, kind of thing. You know, that
Was your dad popular then?
yes and no. It was very basic and to the point, and didn't suffer fools gladly.
So was there a grudging respect, you could put it like that?
I would say so now, yeah. Now, I mean, I was only a kid then, you know, ready to fight everybody. And my dad was in charge of the afternoon shift of the colliery, you know. was often scenarios played out on a weekend when you got your work done early, so you had no reason to hang about and you should leave. And there was this game with the officials, deputies and overmen, to stop men leaving a bit early. Although the job was done, work was done, you just have to sit there and wait while the train came at sort of 11:30, and you finished at 9:30. So people would sort of make their own way out.
Right, and that's very dangerous.
It's pretty dangerous. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
On afterthought, it is very dangerous. Yeah, but when you got to the pit bottom, the guy that was in charge there was often a local fella anyway, and well known and well liked by everybody. So he couldn't really say no, you're not leaving. Yeah. So he'd wrap all the cage, and guys would get on and scurry off down to the showers, get a shower, and off you go. You've gone, you know.
And then the overman comes down and say you can all go home.
Well, he's always looking for you. And my dad was like that. He was always riding the paddy, as it's called.
Riding the paddy?
Yeah, it's a train. Imagine a full-size train, and then cut it down by half and streamline it. It's like a long box.
I suppose like what they call those ones that go around the towns doing tours.
Yeah,
the little,
very streamlined. The guy sat on it, looking that way, and had his dead man's handle.
So he was sitting on its side.
He was on a He was on a tram behind it.
Oh, okay.
Of course, the train's got a big light on, and you can see this from hundreds of miles away, obviously.
Yeah.
So as you're coming,
because everything's totally straight underground. So lights go.
Yeah. You can see it for forever, you know. So you'd make your best effort to hide. My dad being overman and being brought up through the ranks as such, he knew all about ideals and such, and he'd often catch people, dock the pay.
Jesus Christ, it's quite a tough thing to...
Only a few quid, like.
Yeah. Jesus.
Fun times, and I'm smirking now because I can remember some things, you know. It was funny.
So, how long was your dad down there?
All his life. I mean, he started off on farms. He was one of, I think it was nine kids. Yeah.
So you had 8 aunts and uncles?
Loads, absolutely loads. Common as much.
All living in around the same area?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, loads of us.
So every corner you turned, there'd be a relative of yours?
Yeah.
Would they all have their eye on you?
I don't know. So yeah, I think when I first went down the pits, I mean, I used to go when I was 6 or 7 to when my dad used to go up on a weekend just to check something or whatever. He used to take me along in the car, and I'd be in the baths, and these baths were amazing places. I didn't realise until I started being there, you had a clean end and a dirty end.
In the bath? I mean, the washing bath, as in...
Yeah. The showers and the lockers are all... A bit like going to your community centre, but minus the carpet and the paint, right? Really, really basic. Aluminium lockers, same as now. Doubled up, long rows, 10 rows. So, me and you would come in off the bus, ready for afternoon shift, say. You'd have your snap wrapped up in newspaper, you'd collect your check tally, which says number 1, you'll be number 2. You go to first set of lockers, I'm number 3, you're number 4. Or if you were the one below me, you'd wait a few minutes because I'd stand up in front of your locker. Take all my clothes off, chuck them all in the locker, towel, snap, and walk round to the dirty end with a pair of flip-flops on.
Dirty end of the bath?
Dirty end of the changing rooms, yes.
And the dirty end was because that was where they came out after shifts.
Aye, you'd be walking in a field of slate and muck and rubbish. So you walk naked from the clean end round to the dirty end.
Yeah.
Then you pulled on your pit clothes, and by then you're filthy before you'd even gone down a pit. It weren't black, it was grey.
Yeah.
It was grey, slatey stuff, you know. And bloody stone dust, which gets every... Stone dust was an anti-fire retardant stuff, and it looked like flour that they spread everywhere.
So it was almost like, it looked like asbestos almost, or something like that.
Yeah, I hope it wasn't like.
No, I'm going to say.
I'm still here, like, so who knows? But yeah, this stone dust was scattered on everything to stop it catching fire.
Jesus, I never heard of that one before. So there's like a powder, like talcum powder almost.
Aye.
Spread all over the mine.
Yeah. All over electrical machinery, all over stuff. And you had, like, in the tunnel, imagine the tunnel, usual shape, you know, there'd be planks every few yards up above you with little cardboard pieces on top, and stone just piled on top of there. Oh, so if there's an explosion, the shockwave knocks all the powder off, covers everywhere.
Was that built up by accident or built up on purpose?
On purpose.
So you let the dust gather on top of all the planks. So you get a shudder and there's like a shower of dust.
Yeah. Because if you're that way out and there's somebody behind you you're having a laugh with, or not so keen on, you'd knock it as you go by. Then you hear all, yeah, fucking clouds of stone dust. And then when you get there, you see you'd all be covered in white and your eyes would be streaming, your nose would be streaming.
Jeez, sounds like awful stuff.
Yeah, I suppose it was, yeah. But like I said, still there, no ill effects of it.
Yeah.
On the coal face, it was nothing. It was just bare, naked, virgin ground. Because you were cutting into stone.
Right.
And then it was closing up behind you. And the coal face, it's like a miniature tunnel. In our pit, it wasn't that high. It was only about 3 foot high.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, 3 foot high, it's about right.
So you were on your knees?
Oh, all day, yeah. And you're up and down, or not, depending on mechanics, if they're broken down, or the bunkers. You used to have bunkers underground. And if it's all a continuous thing, it's conveyor belts, coal wagons, bunkers, and then to the pit bottom, to the shaft, and up and out. So anywhere along there could be a problem, anywhere, any time, as well frequently. So your job would stop, you know. You'd have to wait until the bunker emptied or it started again. And remember one night, was it night shift, I think, we had a clear run, the other coal faces had broken down for whatever reason. And we were the only ones still going.
So you had all the kit to yourself?
We had it all to us, so the cake and ate it, yeah. So apparently we brought the European record that night. Yeah. But his knees were like squashed tomatoes. We'd done about a mile, I think. I can't recall exactly now. But we suffered next day, and the machine blew up next day, so oh yes.
Jesus. And that's surely purely because you were the only ones in production, so you could get.
Yeah. After.
How many men on that face digging that mile?
About 12. The machine just the digging, except the guys at either end. The machine, it's like, imagine a bacon slicer. Bacon slicer goes across the meat once, and then it actually comes in a slight tad, and it comes back in and cuts the meat again. And it goes, that's how a machine down the mine works. This machine runs on a line of conveyors, metal conveyors called a panzer. And the conveyors is links of chain with pieces of metal across, and 2 big sprockets at either end that wind and pull it across, okay? And that's how it goes. The machine sits on top of this, and there's a long chain like a ship's anchor runs all the way down through a cog in the machine, and the machine cog turns and it pulls itself along the chain. So therefore it's cutting, on ours it will like something like 3 foot by 2 foot deep piece of strip of coal.
Bloody hell.
One length.
3 foot, 2 foot deep, so that's right. So it's cutting that much.
It peels, it's lovely, it peels straight off his legs.
But in one slice, or is it shaving to get to it?
No, the disc was, it's a screw of picks. I can explain it. Imagine a lorry wheel, a big lorry wheel, and then put grooves in it that are like a screw.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, and every foot or two, you'd have a tooth, like a big metal tooth, but it was well toughened steel and pointed like a parrot tooth. Yeah. Parrot teeth, that's what we call
parrot
it.
teeth. Parrot teeth.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that.
Yeah, and this thing spun really quickly and cut it into coal, and the coal.
And it was 2 foot thick. The wheel is 2 foot thick.
At least, if not more.
So that you are shearing a 2 foot at one time on this wheel.
It's just crumbling straight
it's
off.
going underneath.
onto the conveyor belt,
which is
takes
taken
it out,
off
and
to
that's what you see on the TV.
Yeah.
It goes from the metal one onto a conveyor belt, then it works its way out the pit, you know.
Almost all mechanically. I mean, it tips into bins, and they go off. You're not really got any men involved except just overlooking.
There is men involved. Machines can only do so much, and in a place like a coal mine, nothing is straight and perfect. Yeah. You're always going to get problems where you need a bloke with a shovel.
Yeah.
You know, we'd finish for Friday and come back Monday. We'd come back Monday and there's a big hill suddenly. When the ground moves, you take a page out of page 47 out of your Bible, rip it out, and page 46, 45, 44, 43 would all fall down to its place, wouldn't it?
Very nice.
And that's how it is. You look at the strata, it's pages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I like that.
And strata number 47 is the coal. You're taking that away.
You're taking a page out of the earth.
Yeah. And the rest falls down.
It also rises, doesn't it?
Huh?
Does it rise as well?
Yes, I'm just going to say, not only does it fall down, but it flows below. It goes that way and that way at the same time. And consequently, you'd come back after a few days off. Bloody great mountain. And the railway tracks moved to one side.
So how the hell, I mean, so just to kind of just take a step back on that.
Yeah.
So you've got a proofing loaf, you've got a floor coming up, you've got it coming down,
yeah,
and you've got it coming in the sides, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you were there the weekend before, and it's all changed when you get back. Do you have to re-drill and re-find the tunnel? Well,
it don't come in that tight, but it's starting to come in a few days, and you can notice it. Yeah.
And if your tracks are going a bit wonky, does that affect the way the paddy?
You have to get a shovel, dig it all out, bring it level again.
So, and is it that loose? When you say shovel?
Yeah.
You haven't got to drill it.
Initially, it's slate. You'll find you'll get a mound of natural slate. You'll find a little slip in it. Get your shovel in, bang it in, and lift it up. And that's it. It's easy.
Right. So it is slate. Is that what the main aggregate is in a sense?
Yeah. It's slate. It seems to be above and below coal.
Right.
Because the fellow that's in charge of the machine cutting the coal, he crawls along the side of the machine, and there's a little handle on it, and it controls a hydraulic ram which lifts the arm up, which has got the spinning disc on. So he's looking at the roof all the time, making sure he leaves some slate up there, because slate's a good binder.
Right.
If he cut
quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it binds quite well, it holds. If you lift the arm up too much, that's right, if you lift the arm up too much, you take all of it down, and it all starts crumbling.
Christ. And what would you find above the slate? Just normal sandstone, or whatever is in the next?
Can't recall. Then I was just a coal mine at the time.
Yeah.
Went into it as much as I ought to have been. But we had to stop then, and if you get a cavity, you have to stop and build a structure above it to hold it and pin it, as the chocks, the hydraulic chocks moving forward, they hold the roof up while you cut it, just enough time and strength for you to get forward and keep. You got a long line all the time, say 200 yards long by sort of 20 feet deep. That's being supported by hydraulic chocks, and there's hundreds side by side. There's no bare ground above your head at all. There's hundreds as go along, and that's moving forward each cut. So behind the stuff that you've cut away, that gap is allowed to close. Sometimes it closes naturally and just creaking and banging, but occasionally it go with a whoosh, and the air and all blow you forward a little bit.
And you've experienced that quite a
Oh, Christ, yeah. We had times when we'd sit waiting for something, you know, because job's broken down, and we'd just lay there on coal face chatting, and you start thinking, how much weight is there, I wonder, how far above, and you change the subject quickly because it's quite frightening. Actually, you're a long way down, you know, a long way down. You're thinking, if we didn't control that fall it had come forever and nothing on earth could stop it because it's Earth.
Yeah. One question I've got is, okay, so say for example you have your weekend off and you come back and the floor's risen and
it wasn't every time, it was occasionally.
It could happen. Yeah. Was it a permanently dynamic situation in the sense that if you sorted it out one day, would it keep coming? Or would it just settle and find its own?
It would settle and
so it wasn't like something that was continually pressurising and you had to keep maintaining it?
Not in that point, no. You'd look down the track line and it'll like undulating and you can see when the loco comes, the lights going all over the place.
Wow. And
that's like accepted because it's not banging into the rings or trains not tipping over, so you accept that. It's kind of like looking at footage of Indian railways now. That's what it's like underground.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. You could never walk in a straight line and shut your eyes because you'd be stumbling all the time because of the undulation. And when you go to these mining museums or slate museums down south, Cornwall, where the visitors go, the concrete, the floor,
yes.
So it makes me kind of giggle because it's like, yeah, right. But again, health and safety. If they didn't, there'd be kids and parents falling down. And I used to get taught really early on, never walk with your hands in your pockets. Because if you stumbled, you can't get your hands out of your pockets quick enough. Often we'd have to walk on the railway tracks. And the sleepers, the metal sleepers, weren't 2.5 feet per one. One will be a bit short, one will be a bit long. So as you're walking into your workplace, you'd have your cap on, take it off, and put it in your hand. Because when you're talking to each other, you're blinding each other, so you have it in your hand. And you have it round about, straight down, pointing ahead. And you're talking away and you take the piss out of each other and off you go, and you're stepping on sleepers all the time. And then some youth, some apprentice electrician, for example, would be walking away. Yeah, he'd be walking away with his light on his helmet, blinding everybody, hands in his pockets, gassing away, and he'd trip up, and he'd go down like a sack of shit, bang his nose at sleeper. I told you.
You see the light go.
Oh God, yeah, bloody hurting hard. Yeah.
They're pretty unforgiving kind of geology, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, aye, it's got no friends. It was evident at times when the rings, the tunnels, when you see pictures of renovating tube line down London, and they take the concrete pieces off and you can see the rings.
Yes.
You got two legs and a crown, and they're fixed with fish plates and bolts. So the whole structure is 3 pieces, 2 legs and a crown. The bottom of the legs, they're sitting in feet. I can't remember their names now, but they sat in a metal foot. They were so tight. You had to bray them on with a big hammer, and you bray them on just a couple inches, and then you'd set it all. So you've got this arch, crown, 2 legs, and sat in 2 feet. And when the earth moved, these things would bang as it would just suddenly give way. Bang, bang, bang. So you're controlling as it comes down. But when it banged, it banged. If no were happening, if it was shut down for, breakages or something, your power's off and you're all sat about waiting, waiting to get going again. And if you're linked against one having your snap, which has happened to me, you feel it as well.
Bloody hell. And
it bangs with such there's loads of dust everywhere. And nobody says, I wonder how much.
Yeah.
Nobody does, but you think it. You do, you chuffing now.
So you're leaning against, basically, this is the service routes with the rings.
Yeah.
So they're about 2 miles long, maybe.
Yeah.
There could be
and the rest.
Aye. So there could be one of these events happen a mile up, and you'd hear it all the way. You'd feel it on your back if you're leaning against it down the other end, as it were. Like a vibration on a railway track, really.
God. Big, loud thump. But it's so noisy down there. 90% of the time, you never heard it because always activity going on. So noisy. No noise to go. It's around you all the time. So yeah, it's good. Actually, it was. I know it sounds awful to people now, but it was really, really good. It was really good.
So how old were you when you first went down? I know you went down with your father when you were 7, but...
No, I went to the pit, not down.
Oh,
no,
right, okay.
No, that's hundreds of years ago. I used to go down.
Yeah.
I was early 20s when I went down. I was a bit reluctant, I must admit, but
Because
I wanted to do something else. In my area, it was quite a big employer. And I thought, no, I don't really want to go down pit. I want to do something else. But that something else never materialised, you know.
Because you didn't think of it, or because you couldn't do it?
I didn't think of it, and my school qualities were more like I was more into art and English and that kind of thing. I used to hate tech drawing, and I just didn't fancy going into a factory. I was a forklift driver for a while. I loved that, but I just fancied doing something different, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the army, but mother didn't fancy me doing that because our family's been in the army, which perhaps is not a bad thing as Northern Ireland kicked off.
God,
And we all become tools for government, you know.
Yeah.
There's a programme on recently about it, and it's like, the hell are we doing out there?
Yeah.
So, down at pit wasn't such a bad thing. And once I'd got me first few months out of the way, you know. I mean, you had to go to a colliery that was learning fellows how to
Like college, you think?
yeah, like a college if you like. These were old miners, and the pit wasn't. I think the pit wasn't in use anymore. Like a training place.
Like a cap house?
It was Allerton Bywater at Castleford. And you used to go down there and get your training done, how to walk, how to sit, how to move about on the ground, because it's not straightforward.
No.
There's ways and means. And how to shovel, a lot of folk can't shovel for life, have
Mm.
they? They've got no idea. The first thing you should do is get down on your knees, clear your area, and let the shovel do work. Have you seen them? It's a shovel with a round front to it, rather than a spade.
Okay.
Because when you're shoveling, if it's a straight edge and you're getting against some rock, it's going to give you such a jar in your shoulder, you're not going to last long. Whereas if it's round, it'll just skim off it. So you push it in, waggle it, and look for that split in the slate I'm talking about. Lift it, pull it out over your shoulder, down again, shove it in, waggle it, pull it out. You can do that all day, and we could do it all day. No bending in your back, because on your knees you're not stood up, bending over and giving it loads of this, which some wears you out and it's non-productive. So that's how you use a shovel, and you have to learn how to shovel.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were a kid and you got the delivery of coal?
Yeah.
And you had a mountain of coal and you drive. Well, you used to shovel that in about 20 minutes.
Good Lord.
Yeah. It's a piece of piss. It really is, because it's low there anyway.
So is it one of those things now when you get a hold of a shovel in the garden or whatever, you think, I know.
I get on my knees.
I know this.
You're doing it. You don't. You get on your knees.
You get on your knees in the garden?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Really?
I've even bought some knee pads.
Really?
Aye. Because I started doing it, I thought, what am I doing? Get on your knees. Clear an area, get on your knees.
It saves you back.
Saves you back, and it's quicker. It's actually quicker. You get some frowns off people.
So you can't put your foot on the back
You
of a shovel.
don't do that.
Well, if you're digging a hole,
You just use your right hand and shove it in.
are they quite? If you're on your knees, are they quite short? The shovels.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So I would have done it properly.
There's
But I've
art
got
to shoveling.
I've got my wax under me. I couldn't do it properly.
Yeah. You had to picket it now and again, and you got rebars and picks and stuff. You know, you break it all up and then start shoving away. The picks were quite short, and they came away in 2 pieces. The head, you bang the shaft on the ground, and the head would go back towards where you're holding it, and they'd take that out and get them sharpened again before I went down, and they collect them apparently on the way back down, pit again, freshly sharpened, and all you do is you slide it down the shaft and bang it so it's fixed. And when you're swinging, obviously the force is pushing the head into it. Yeah, shoveling.
Bloody hell.
In fact, the first miner I worked under, his apprentice, he had wooden clogs on.
Really?
Like these modern skull.
And would he tell you they're the best things ever?
Oh, aye.
And you know, what are you wearing these boots for? You said you want.
See, silly old sod, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Slide
And what were the benefits of clogs?
I don't know. They were comfy because Skull or Shoal has made millions out of it, so it must be true, eh? All the foreign truck drivers wear them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I'm abroad up, well, in truck now, but when I'm abroad up on bike, I used to see them jump down out the cabs and they'd have bloody clogs on. You know, all European drivers. So it must be right. And I used to think, another bugger's got clogs on.
Yeah.
And Arthur, his name was, He had a leather helmet, not the white.
Oh, really? The old sort of 60s jobs?
Oh, aye, yeah.
They're wonderful things.
Comfy.
Yeah, beautiful, made.
These plastic ones are awful.
Yeah.
It's a rub my head out, obviously.
Yeah.
rub around my head. You're like sitting with this white plastic thing around your head with the helmet clipped onto that, if you like. So if you smashes into it, the shot goes through that first, you know. That's only happened to me. I got buried once, I think.
Did you?
Yeah.
Buried?
Yeah.
Just chuck that one in. Okay, yeah, right. We'll move on. Buried?
A sheet. On these rings again, underground, on these rings, between each ring, which is about a yard, you'd have corrugated sheets.
Yeah.
Pinning it all in.
Yeah.
And then between the corrugated sheets and the crowns, you'd be brailing wood wedges in to push it into the roof and to hold the roof, support it all the time. Yeah. Try not to leave it loose all the time. And over time, these things get bent and crushed as the rock does push through. They get split, it gets rusty over years, you know. And I come off at coal face one of the days when one of these things that actually gave away and fell on me. Knocked me down, and consequently some rubble I don't know how much came down because I was under it. And so rubble came down, and the two guys who were working that area, Brasso and Neil Shillito, the names were, two big lads. They're running forward because they saw me light flashing as it covered my head.
Bloody hell.
And they're like, stood on me. Sharpie. I'm here.
Literally, how much on top? Well, you don't know how much is on top of you, but can you?
Not a lot, I don't suppose. But I think it was the shock and got the stuff it knocked out of me, I think.
Oh, hell.
And then the last few days of me, before I left to take up another career, I nearly died again. Crawling off the coal face. When you come off the coal face, that's the dangerous bit where if out can happen, it's going to do, because it weren't supported terribly well there, because that piece was moving all the time. Every time the shearer came down, moved it all forward, so it was kind of done to the best of our abilities, but it wasn't a permanent thing. And when you crawl off the coal face, you've got to jump over the panzer at some point to come away. You can't walk around it, you've got to walk over it. And I was crawling off that face, and there was nobody about. I think all the gate men were down the way collecting fresh supplies. That's right, I remember now, yeah. And I come off at coal face and I stood up, and behind me is the virgin rock, to the side is a wall, and I need to go that way, down there to everybody, and I've got to cross the panzer. So I'm climbing up, there's no handrails or nothing, I'm climbing up, and I put my foot on this piece of coal, started to leap across, when this piece of coal just collapsed, it just disintegrated. And I fell on the panzer.
What, on your back or your front or your knees or your...
On my front, no, this bit I do remember.
Hands in your pockets?
Fuck off. You look like a spark. Yeah, I like just went down. and the face panzer loaded onto another panzer, because that went that way, the other went that way, and there's a short panzer that had on it all the electrical boxes, all the mechanics, everything was piled on top of this, on like a bridge all the way down.
Yeah.
Enough space for the coal to go down, but no space for me to go down. You're talking a gap like that. And I knew when I was heading.
So you were on a moving conveyor into a space you couldn't fit?
With no light, because that had come off. And I knew where I was heading for. I don't know how I got off. I must, because I was on face down, and I'd gone like that. The next thing I know, I'm on my back on the floor, and all the fellas have just arrived up to say, "What the fuck are they doing like down there?" And I'm thinking,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, and the rest. Lots of things like that happened all the time. It did. You couldn't work like that ordinarily, because it'd be suicide. But that pit, you have to. That's why you went to these Allen Bywaters to learn how to and what to. You know, the degree of risk was there always. I think the two fellas killed in all the years I was there, and that was like taking shortcuts. You know, when you're working with trains and locos, if all goes wrong, you can't run away because there's nowhere to run.
Yeah.
So you have to be super safe all the time. But you be super safe all the time, you get no done.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a degree of risk all the time. You know.
Plus, you get away with it 99 times out of 100, don't you?
Aye.
You know,
if not all the time.
Yeah, and you start getting complacent, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, it weren't like a miner getting killed every week. Otherwise, I think something would get done about it pretty quick. Did you know health and safety started off because there was a lot down the pit? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So in that case, not a bad thing.
No.
The watches and the pencils used to disappear a lot, though.
What? The watches and the pencils you said? Yeah. Oh, what, the health and safety guys?
Time and motion people as well. Don't know, mate. Us and them, you know. It's funny. You can talk about it funny, and you know, and then you can talk about it sad, you know.
Yeah.
But the pits we're never going to be a permanent thing, because once you got the coal out, you got the coal out.
Yeah. You're always digging yourself out of a job, really.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the more modern it got, the more coal it got out quicker. You know,
the faster the job would be used.
Better.
Yeah.
So I mean, we went sort of like 5 miles underground. Most of the time we spent travelling to and from. You know, with about, I don't know, 5 hours on the job.
God.
A lot of us are travelling. And you felt like going a million miles an hour on these trains.
Yeah.
You weren't, but you felt like it.
Really?
Why? Yeah, you'd sit so close. You'd sit 4 of you in a compartment, and your knees would be interlocking.
Good God.
I mean, right up, you know?
Yeah.
Right up. So you've got your belt with all your kit on. I mean, if you're a workman, you had your belt and your water bottle, and you carried your snap in your pocket, so, or in a haversack. But if you were tradespeople, like electricians, fitters, I was hydraulics, shock fitters, we had all the stuff on his belt, so I had to get all that and move round as you sat down. And of course, you had your battery and your bomb. Your battery was like a Bible shape, about 8 inches by 4 inches by 2 inches. That was your battery for your lamp.
Right.
That would last 12 hours-ish. And then you had like a bomb, which was like, well, about the dimensions of that you've got in your hand. And that would be a respirator. If there was a fire, that would give you quite a few minutes, apparently. Put that in your gob, and you got air. It'd purify the air. I think probably charcoal or something that'll let you get out, but I never experienced that. So all those that did died, I suppose. I never had to use it. Practiced with a few times on training days, but not very often. It's not something we kind of thought about. It didn't happen often. It was usually flooding or burying that killed people.
Were you talking about this loft house thing?
Remember that? My dad were at Mines Rescue at the time at Charleston, and he went, and it was like bad planning and that.
Well, there was only one pit not telling the other where they'd been.
Basically, yeah, they were going, and they thought the old shaft was there when it was actually there, and they got close to it, and the old shaft was full of slurified material, and they'd gone too close to it and it just came in.
So it wasn't just water, it was just thick slurry.
Absolutely, yeah.
A lot of grey stuff in the dressing room.
I've been splodging about in that in the past, and it's again, you've nowhere to run. You can't run anyway. All you've got is it's like having a torch on your head in a room so black, and run as fast as you can. When you're running normally, you can see obstructions, you can see anything in front of you. When you're running, you can only see what's in your light. So therefore, you're going to tumble down. You're going to lose your light. You're fucked. And this swamp tomorrow. I remember my dad saying that the only way to go and look for them, you know, these rings I'm talking about, was to go above on the rings, sort of hopping from ring to ring.
So the rings have been freed up from the...
Oh, they're digging their way through. I can't recall. They couldn't go in the tunnel because full of water.
So they were hopping above the water,
if you like,
on the rings that were excavated above, so you can get through.
Yeah, trying to find. There were places they thought people might be, where they'd got plans. Don't know how that come about. But
how long did it take to establish a rescue and try and work one out?
Within 12 hours. Like I said, each pit has got its own part-timers, if you like. Teams, yeah. And the national team, which comes in that area, was just down the road in Wakefield. So they'd have been alerted as soon as, and start working soon away. Because they do that kind of thing all the time. So you know, it's just a different pit, same scenario. Because all pits are the same, you know. So they know the ground, they know how stuff's built, because it was all the same.
Yeah. Same techniques used everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they use canaries, still use them now.
Yeah.
It's amazing, because people think they'd get gas and they died. Oh, right, turn around, lads, we're in gas. It had stopped singing, because they sing all the time, the canaries. It had stopped singing when it were near gas.
Right.
So the guys knew then.
Oh, I didn't realise that. So it could detect gas without actually being in it.
Apparently, yeah, that's my understanding. Yeah, because at Charleston we had the aviary, as every pit had an aviary of birds, and you know, this training officer, his job was to, I think, part of his job was to look after these canaries, and they took them down in little caves like you see at Japs at parks.
Every shift.
No, when the team was established to an event.
Oh, okay.
The canary would go as part of the team. The canary was part of the team. He was like the ranger squad at first. He was the guy at first. He chirped away until he got near gas, and then gas. And my dad used to tell me how they used to communicate underground was by like Apple marks.
Who did? The canaries?
No, all the team would communicate with each other with a series of little squeaky things. Yeah.
And what were the squeaky things? What were they?
He did show me once. You know these rubber air balls where you blow?
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Squash ball kind of thing.
Yeah, but they had a little motor on them.
Oh, I know, like little bicycle ones.
Yeah, and that was like on the kit here. The guy at the front with the canary, you just have a sequence of squeaks for forward, left, stop, whatever.
Oh God!
Quite funny.
Yeah.
When you see a kit in my dad's ear, it looks all a bit. Is that going to work? But it did. Yeah, they used to have like big bags on the front, and big bags on the back, and these big pipes, bloody goggles, a nose clip, for God's sake, and just the pit clothes.
Nose clip for
Stop them breathing gas.
Bloody hell.
It was like an aqua lung.
And that was in the rescue team.
Yeah.
Not
us. No. You had to go do a lot of training and a lot of fitness. I mean, when it's your own pit, you all want to do. You all want to help your mates, you know, because you can imagine what they're going through, you know.
Project.
I think there were 2 killed at our place, I think, when I went there. And they were all transport accidents, like I was saying earlier. It's so easy to get killed. You know, you take shortcuts, but you've got a degree of how dangerous is that, you know, like riding, used to ride in between transport tubs, standing onto links. Just, bloody hell. Imagine if it went over a bumper, so. We used to shove these supplies on the conveyor belt. If there was a bit of a fall on the coal face, and you had to stop and to shear it all up. All that wood's got to come from the main area of the main gate. So the guys would be there at the fall and they think, all right, we need 40 of these and 60 of them. Okay, shout them up. We get on the tannoy, main gate. Can I chuck 40 chop logs on? These are like, you know that game that you play at pub with the wooden blocks?
Oh yeah. What, the Jenga?
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, the real size ones are the ones that we used to work with down pit.
Right.
Yeah. So you'd have loads of these, and you'd ask for like 60 of these, and then you'd ask for some split bars, which were like, imagine a 9-foot telegraph pole and split it down the middle. That was a split bar. So you'd put 4 there, build it all up, put 4 split bars on, 4 there, and build it up. You build a construction to hold it all. So these would be chucked on the coal. You stop shearing, let the coal go off, then when it's clear, somebody will shout on the tannoy, right, chop logs coming on now, 40 coming on now. And you'd all be leaning over the thing, you'd be looking down with your lamp, and you can see them all coming. And as they come by, you just lifted them off.
Right.
Chucked them, so you got them. When these split bars come, you have to let them go past you and get the tail end of it, give it a waggle to bounce it, and bounce it off.
Are they moving?
Oh, aye. Right, it doesn't
like,
come so far and stop.
It's a bit like your baggage reclaim in an airport.
Yeah. Do you know what? Spot on a bit more dangerous. A bit more dangerous and no way to run. Yeah, actually, I never thought of that. Yeah. That's so much space.
God.
But one guy, he got killed because he made the mistake. And also, the material is often wet when it's come from picked up at middle at night. It's dewy, wet, and the split bars have still got the what's the name, the bark on, because it's often pine wood, and it's a bit slippy anyway. So you let it all go by you, grab it, and I mean you could in theory stop it, take the wood off, start it again,
right.
But you'd never get outdone. You know, you did it on the run. So if you let it go by you and flicked it off, one young fella, he got it at the front, and he couldn't get it properly enough, and he got it in his chest.
Thank you.
So the tail end, which he should have got on, is now wedged in the conveyor, which is moving.
Oh Christ!
So he got like that in his chest and killed him.
Bloody hell.
I never saw it. It went on my shift. It went in my team, but it happened.
Wow. So he's crushed by it.
Oh, it's killed now. Yeah. You probably wouldn't be so bothered about it now because you see it all in movies anyway. You get a bit sanitised by it, even though it's real.
I don't know. It's funny when it happens in real life. It's not the same, is it?
I've seen a few things at other job. You know, yeah, you're right. I saw my mate. I'd left then. I'd gone to become somewhere else, and one of the lads had lost his hand while I was training to be an officer, and there were blockage, and they were clearing all this blockage, and it suddenly moved a couple of feet. So it had been on tension at this chain, and they stopped it. When they cleared it up, the tension gone, and it pinged a little bit, and he pulled his arm out, and the hand had gone. He's lost his hand. So he says, they'll take me out of pit, he says, and put me on the stretcher. Fuckers dropped me 3 times, I ended up walking. So the gentleman was there, he walked with lads who were supposed to stretch him out.
Bloody hell.
Lost his hand, yeah. I never saw him, because I'd left then, but I've been at the phone, I had a chat with him. And of course, when I joined a new job, I went down to London. Never saw anybody again, you know, because I was moved away.
Bloody hell.
you go.
So what was your new job? Why did you leave? Do you leave because...
I left because I always was going to leave.
Oh, okay.
But when the strike came, it kind of...
So did you leave before or after the strike?
After.
So you went through the strike?
Yeah.
And what effect did that have on you? Sort of mentally, I suppose, is a word question.
It was terrible. So, if somebody had said to me, you're going to go on strike for 12 months, but you're going to be okay, I wouldn't have believed them.
You wouldn't believe them?
Yeah, I would have. As it happens, it was me, my first wife, no kids. It was okay. It was actually okay. I was out working most days. I did wedding photography.
Did you?
I love photography. I do it now. Ooh. I was a woman's gardener, and I did all sorts of other things. It was quite funny. At first, it was like, we're doomed. We're all gonna die. The gas board, the electric board, and the phone companies and the mortgage people were all being twats, and they were like quite demanding of people. But because there were thousands of us all in the same boat, I remember sitting at the gas showroom in Normanton. They all had the sitting. All the women went up and just crowded the place out, and they were like, actually, can't behave like this. We have to do something for people, you know. So it was kind of resulted into a scheme of like, pay a bit when you can, if you can. So all my little jobs, I used to pay a £5 a week to electric, £5 a week to phone, £5 a week to gas, and my mortgage was frozen, and I paid a £5 a week to that, I think. And it was okay. But then when strike were over, I had my mortgage set up again on a different contract, so they screwed me anyway.
Yeah.
But I didn't lose the house because I did pay a bit each week as I could, you know.
Yeah.
Being that woman's gardener was surreal. I was in Newmiller Dam, which is the posh part of Wakefield.
But you were digging?
Yeah, actually. I'm in these. I was doing the lawns. She had that many lawns, a big massive house. It was an old girl, can't remember her name, I'm cutting all the lawns for her. She was just this massive house. Corner plot, must have been 2 acres of lawn. Twice a week I was there.
Really?
Just cutting lawns, aye. And she wanted to chat, because she was on her own. She had a little Asian maid in the outfit.
Really?
Yeah, it was surreal.
Especially with your other life kicking off, you know, all this stuff going on.
Well, she was an out conservative, right?
Oh, God.
I'm neither. I'm not a bloody Trotsky. I fucking hate Scarlett and I fucking hate Thatcher, right? And I just think it should be all just normal. But it is. That's not my life is. So I'm neither one or other, but I hate both sides, both extremes. And she was fine. She thought I was okay. I thought she was fine. And the little maid thought we were all fine. So we should sit in the greenhouse, big massive greenhouse, having cucumber sarnies mid-morning. And I thought, how surreal is this? We're going to coal miner on a strike. I've got a rich old conservative bird and a little Asian lass in the kit.
Good
Black and white
How
outfit.
Bizarre.
It weren't that short, but it was the proper stuff. It was like really bizarre.
Wow.
I couldn't write about it.
You couldn't tell, going home at night, you say you never guess where I've been.
Yeah, shit me head. I even helped a mate out who got a cleaning contract. And we used to clean Dole office, would you believe?
Really?
Yeah, go in at 6 o'clock, get the hoovers out, clean Dole office.
Jeez.
It's like, what are we doing? And of course, as you know, it lasted just over 12 months.
So you obviously carried on striking, and then you decided to go.
Well, I'd already put in to leave. I put into joint prison service. Okay. But that took me nearly 12 months.
And was that a desire of yours?
Yeah.
You wanted to go to the prison service?
Yeah. I'd known a few lads in the last couple of years who were prison officers, and one I could imagine, because all I wanted to do was fight and fuck everything, and he was like, I can imagine he was a screw.
Really?
Another lad who I thought, librarian, he's a librarian, so meek and mild. And I got interested. I thought, what's this job about? It's one of them jobs where you can't go and have a look at first. No. you know. You'd either, the only people that know about prisons is prison officers and convicts. And nobody believes either of us.
No.
So you actually burn your bridges, leave your job, apply to join, and then if you didn't like it, you couldn't go back to your old job because you'd left it. So it's a bit of a leap, but because I'd known 3 or 4 blokes and I got chatting to them, and they tried to explain it and they found it difficult. And after a couple of years I thought, yeah, I know why they found it difficult. Same with pit thing, you can describe it really funny and hilarious, or describe it really dangerously, you know. And I absolutely loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is it that you love?
Again, the camaraderie again.
With your fellow officers or with inmates?
No, fellow officers. No, prisoners were prisoners.
Right.
But the staff. And again, they were all northerners, it was from all over the place. So when they just said, so what did you used to do, Sharp? Well, here we go again. You got a bit of paper? I just had to draw what I used to do. And they said, oh, God. Well, we were at toilet then. Says, yeah, mate, don't have toilets. Fucking hell, no toilets. No, mate, you shit in a shovel, put it on. Yeah, fucking what? I said, yeah. That was official, you had to shit in a shovel and put it on the belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we used to shit in a shovel. I used to crap in the electrician's workspace.
What?
the called transformers and such was where the workspace, where the sparky worked from, if you like.
Yeah.
We used to crap round there, so knowing you'd have to get us in hands and knees to go right back at the machinery.
Oh, God.
That's great.
Oh, shit.
You'd be working away and somebody'd be looking back all the time, but you'd take your helmet off and turn around and look so they couldn't see you looking at them. And suddenly you'd hear this, you fucking dirty bastard. Yeah, he got him. He put his hand in some shit.
Oh, for God's sake.
You have to be there to appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So with the, where was the prison? Or was that confidential?
The one I went to was Wimbledon Scrubs.
Oh, right. So you were down in London?
Aye, 16 or more years. Yeah, I mean, I could have applied to go to Wakefield, but I wanted to get away.
Yeah.
Totally get away, you know.
So you were obviously married down here.
I was married then, yeah.
And then
but it was a party when I went at college because it just wasn't going to be.
So you went to college to do prison service, did you?
Yeah, 9 months.
Really?
Yeah, great times. Wakefield, it's now an housing estate.
So what do you learn at Prison Officer College?
How to be a screw, how to read people, how to react to people.
Psychology.
Yeah, a lot of psychology, yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting, yeah.
Gosh, so you get yourself in situations like there's 3 blokes in a room, you're outnumbered.
You win every time.
Really?
Aye. Techniques. Not all John Wayne stuff. Not all John Wayne stuff, but you win every time because that's your weapon. Because you're dealing with people who well, bottom end of society, aren't they? All I know about is bullying and
well, the unfortunates.
If they get away with it on out, threatening and bullying, but they come up against a prison officer who says, no, fuck off, get back in your cell. They're a bit flummoxed. A bit like a dog chasing a cat. When the cat turns around and says, come on then, the dog's flummoxed.
Yeah.
Convict's the same. But you just have to put your brave face on, you know. Works every time.
Really?
And when it turns to fighting, we know...
You buggered.
No, we win even more then.
Really?
Yeah.
You got techniques?
Yeah. I become an instructor. I loved it that much. Sounds good, doesn't it? I loved it that much. I become an instructor. We're called CNR, Control and Restraint. It's control and restraint of violent inmates. So you wrap them up, literally using the techniques. But you don't keep wrapping them up. You stop in a minute or two. We thought we were great fun. Doing a good job, stopping him hurting us, stopping him hurting himself. Because as the years went on, more and more drugs came into the job.
Yeah.
You know, become very violent, very different. You should talk to old lags, and they'd be sat there, well, that's in my day. You know that fella, Great Train Robbery?
Yeah.
the
Bruce
guy
Reynolds.
the bloke that played the flower seller.
Oh, Bugsy, what is it?
Phil.
Buster.
Yeah,
Buster.
him. I saw him, and we were talking one day, and he come out with that, and I thought, how bizarre is that? Weren't like this in my day. You know, there weren't drugs and mobile phones and stuff, you know. In fact, the first infamous convict I met was one at Craze, you know.
Really?
Yeah, shit me right up he did. I can't remember which one, but they're both short and they're both gay.
God.
Yeah, really old. I joined in 85, 86. Yeah. And first proper criminal, if you like, I met. And the hairs went on the back of my head. But after that was fine. I sort of like, back behind the door, fella.
What, to Ronnie Cray?
Oh, other one, yeah. Yeah, all right, Gav.
God.
Yeah, now if you please. Yeah, all right, Gav.
And you're kind of new on the job at that point?
I was about six weeks in. Yeah.
It's quite a thing, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought, I'm doing a good job here. Locking people up who need to be locked up. Yeah, so I've gone from one extreme to the other.
Well, they're both in closed spaces and they're both
funny that, isn't it?
restricted and...
Yeah. Yeah, retired about 6 years ago now, 5 years ago. 27 years. But I think more about that bit than I do at prison. Yeah. Yeah. Working with bad side of humanity, it leaves a mark on you, as does working that pit. Never work with nice people.
That's going to be in now.
Well, I always get that done when I do the horses. The girls on the horses are always poking the tongue out at me. I do photography for Everything District Riding Club.
Oh, right.
Yeah. In fact, one at Girls here, last time, she was in the group and I didn't know. Like over 2,000 people in it. Not you, is it? No, you don't ride horses, do you?
More sense.
Yeah, got my money. Yeah, I loved it. I love London because it was close to the continent. So I could get over on bikes.
So your motorbikes you're talking about?
Yeah. We used to do all the rallies, you know. We used to be fighting against European dictatorship.
Really?
Aye. We got one bloke kicked out of his job.
You're talking Poland and solidarity and...
Yeah, we used to do events all over Northern Europe mainly. And it was, in other words, bricks on the piss, but you had a purpose to it. We had this fella, Herr Bangerman, German, and he was pushing some rule to try and get large motorbikes banned from the road, because he was saying, well, large motorbikes is causing all accidents. For those that don't ride bikes, it makes sense, but it's actually a lot of bollocks. And as it happens, BMW didn't make a single bike at that time over XCC. So I thought, I know what's happening here. So we got people involved and employed, and MEPs involved and employed, and ended up, he was corrupt.
Right.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
He got kicked out, and I thought, yes, it works.
Wow.
Yeah. So every 2 years, there'd be a big demo somewhere. We did Paris once.
Gosh.
Maastricht, where it all was happening. If we were police escorts onto the motorway, shut the motorway off, parked us all on there. Thousands of us.
Really?
Thousands of us, yeah.
All over Europe?
Yeah. We did one. We did one in Paris, and there were 8 guys came from Ukraine on the bikes. And one of the bikes had brought down, it was irretrievable. We made a whip round that night and got enough money to get him a new bike.
Really? Good God.
Amazing. You were camped on often ex-military airfields where they could keep you penned in.
Yeah.
And cops keep you penned because we're frightened, because there's that many of us. But when it turned out, it was fine. When we did Paris, you know, we all got lost in Paris. French motorcycle action group, MAG, they in France were rubbish. They're absolutely shite. They didn't know where they were going. We all got split up. We're all going through Paris, thousands of bikers from all over Europe, right? All the way through Paris, nobody knew where they were going because the French leaders had lost it, didn't know where they were going, didn't know where it didn't fuck all, right? It was funny. I've got about 18 bikes behind me, and I said this bloke on the bike, I thought, he knows where he's going, we'll latch onto him. So we latched onto him, and he's like in and out of the streets, and suddenly he stops, he gets out, and he gets a pass like this packet, goes into this building. It was a courier, wasn't he? So I followed this courier. Oh, Christ. It was like something out of Star Wars, we're all getting shut down, we're all joining out to the side road, bikes would be coming out to the side road, we're all looking and nodding at each other. But the meeting point was Eiffel Tower, so that was easy. And we're on the wrong side of the river. But we've got to turn left here, but all left turns were all like illegal. So what happens is somebody goes to the road and just stands up the road and just waves, stops the traffic. And all the traffic stops because they do. Then all thousands of bikes would peel left onto Eiffel Tower, and then we all pulled under Eiffel Tower to be met by hundreds of French cops in all the right kit. Now they don't know a fuck about, do they? You know, the French cops, they've got armour plates, they've got machine guns, they've got batons, they've got gas guns and everything. And we all just parked up and we just looked at the coppers and they've got a bit more kit. And eventually the coppers were like leaving the gas gun in the truck and then leaving the batons in the truck, and they took all the kit off, put the berets on and marched about amongst us in pairs looking at bikes, and it turned into an impromptu. Really? Yeah. Turned into an impromptu bike show. Brilliant, right? Wow. Laugh. And the back at campsites at night, it was hilarious. Right, laugh. And loads of mates from all over Europe, all bikers. I had one Dutch mate, I saw him a few times as it happens by accident. He lived in Rotterdam. Great times on bikes. Amazing. Then I got to a point where I thought I had enough of bikes. Just like that.
Really?
Yeah. So I learnt to drive on my 52nd birthday, I think it was.
Oh, what, you never had a car?
Yeah. I did borrow a car once, but I had no interest. I thought, if that's driving, you can keep it. I learnt to drive, and I had a ride in a Land Rover. I thought, this is for me. And I'm doing exactly the same thing now with Land Rover.
Oh, really?
I've got a 110, I had it all stripped out, made it into a camper, and I just go off exploring.
Really?
I'm doing things, yeah. Morocco,
Good
3
Lord.
times, Corsica,
Good
Scandinavia, Iceland.
Wow.
And I'm going to places I couldn't have gone on bike, so actually, I just don't go as fast. Yeah, it's great. You need a hobby when you finish, mate, I tell you. Just been to Anglesey for a few days, that was good.
Do you go by yourself, or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You're only, well, you're driving by yourself, but wherever you get, there's those people who just start nattering to it, or they could natter to you. There you go, you cracked it. Usually dog walkers. You see some nice places when you're exploring around these little lanes as well. Beautiful places.
Do you get off and get a bicycle out or stuff, or do you just...
Do I? Fuck, no. No. Land Rover or nothing. Oh, a bit of walking. Get the camera, get the lenses, and off we go.
Of course, yeah, you got your camera.
Yeah, got all the cameras. And of course, if you're lucky, you get the right shots and all. Yeah, on this beach, and it was on Saturday morning when the vile weather was just coming, and the clouds in front were phenomenal. Never seen anything like it. I dashed back to the truck, got wide angle lens out, got some right shots. What lens is that on that?
24-6.
Yeah.
Bend back, went forward a bit.
Yeah, so a bit about a bit.
Yeah.
Well, second wife are Danish, so I know Denmark quite a lot.
Oh.
Denmark's lovely.
Going to touch your head.
Yeah. Denmark's nice.
Go there. I'd like to go there.
We'll go then.
I will.
Stop saying I like to.
I will.
Everybody says that. That's why I started doing the blog, because they're all saying, oh, what's it like? You got any photos? So I started doing the blog. I do a blog now. All my travels.
Really?
Denmark, yeah, Denmark's ace. It's flat as a fart though, it's like Wales. No, it's not like Wales. It's like Suffolk.
Flat as a fart like Wales.
No mountains. Beautiful place. And to go to Iceland, you have to go to Denmark, because there's one ferry once a week goes from Denmark to Iceland. That's your lot. So, And it costs a fortune, but you can't take it with you, can you? I thought I bought shares in boat company when I paid ticket. I couldn't believe it. Hundreds of pounds.
Really?
And third day of it's like a three-day crossing to Iceland. And on the second day, I'm passing Shetland. I've been out road a week and I'm just passing Shetland. What's all that about?
Bizarre.
Yeah, years ago there were ferries from top of Scotland to Iceland, but supply and demand, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Done all right for a miner's lead, haven't I?
You are?
Done all right for a miner's lead.
Yeah.
I'm sure folk think I'm making it up half the time.
Sorry?
I said I'm sure folk think I'm making it up half the time. It's funny when you go on Facebook and all, you sort of get in contact with friends, you know, and there's groups like miners groups and things, and suddenly I'm chatting to people I haven't seen for 20, 30 years. There's others who just don't bother anymore because God knows what's happening in their lives. I'm talking to one fellow in Australia now.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. He was known as Joey the Geek. He was an Hells Angel, you know. We all got him down as an Hells Angel because
Really?
he had leathers and long hair and knocked about with people he shouldn't have done. So he was like Joey the Geek. He probably had nothing to tell what we described him as, but that's how it went, you know. Yeah.
Keep looking straight in.
Yeah. I wanted to do something arty when I was at school. Not do what I've done, as it turns out. But when I was at art college in Wakefield, there were loads of us and everybody was better than me. And I thought, there aren't that many jobs out there, so I think I better do something else. The fella came down pit with his camera. He got permission, special cameras.
Good, yeah, you say.
Yeah, you're not allowed to just take your camera down, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But the the flash and the electricity and gas, and he come down from Bretton Hall.
Oh yeah.
Wakefield.
From Yorkshire Sculpture Club.
Yeah, that's it. It was a big college, is or was. And he used to come and photograph us and take sketches. He come in showers one day, and he took a picture of us like in showers. And I'm stood there with my flip-flops on, and I'm like that, and I've got black hands, black feet, and black from here upwards. I said, go on, take a picture today. So he did. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. But, we all used to stand in rows, scrubbing each other's backs.
Wow.
Yeah, piece of loafer, rubbing your backs. And then you'd all like turn around and like, and do each other's backs again.
Brilliant.
Never got clean though.
No.
Yeah. 2 minutes in showers, for God's sake. You got
2 what?
yeah,
2 minutes?
2 minutes in showers, if that, yeah, because you're rushing for a bus or rushing to go to a pub.
Yeah.
And we used to have all your crease marks in your face. Mine were all black for years. I had the best eyeliner going.
Yeah.
See, I did once try with a loofah and soap.
Ooh.
Yeah, well I didn't know then, but I do now. And they tried to help us, did pits, and they said, oh, we can give you some products, some cleaning products, which girls use now, and it's like, brilliant. We said, well, we're not using that shit, we'd be like a puff. So we didn't bother. Should have done, but we didn't. But we used to get into nightclubs free on Friday night. Because of the coal dust.
Well, you look pretty.
No, because they knew we were
They knew you were miners.
And the guy at door was one of us anyway. We used to have this fella, we had a gym at Charleston, and it run by a black fella. And he was known as Black Bob. Just innocent, Black Bob, great bloke. Don't know where he was from. And he got a job at doors at a place called Casanova's in Wakefield. I think it's still going, I think. And if you saw anybody with eyeliners, yeah, it's cool. I think I must have been a year in job at prison when it finally, the skin got clean.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. All your knees, your paws are all black. My legs grew, you know.
What, in exchange for muscle?
Yeah, because I spent all my time on my hands and knees. I remember I got me bike leathers and they used to have calf zips.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do them up after about a year in prison service. Couldn't do
Oh, I
them up.
see, after prison they grew. After
Well, I'd gone from crawling about my hands and knees all 10, 12 years to now walking about on the landings.
Yeah.
And of course, all my upper body had gone. And I've now got ordinary sized legs. And my leathers were bloody fit. My first 12 months I had to get my feet sorted out because my feet used to hurt terribly. So I'm just not used to walking about for such a long time. It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, they all thought I was a bit odd. Because I was the only one, I was the only one at Wormers Scrubs who used to do that, you know.
Yeah.
I think a couple of years down the line, we did get somebody in who'd been picked up off the streets, and it was one of our lot from Pitt.
Really?
Yeah, bloke I knew.
Jeez.
He'd gone out for a piss on the weekend and broke into a car to sleep in it and got picked up by cops. And I'm in office on B wing, and this other officer rang me from reception. Said, "Hey, you best come down to reception." And the bloke, he says, "He knows you." "Yeah, fuck off, yeah. Down in London, million mile away from anywhere." He says, "No, really, he does. He knows you from Charleston." "Oh, right. What's his name?" So I said, "Can't recall the name." I come down, and I saw him. I thought, "Oh, yeah, I do know him." He looked at me, and he didn't know me from Adam because I had a hat on,
Yeah.
and a shirt and tie, and up the business. He says, "Now then," he says, "Hey up, what are you in for?" He told me, some idiot. Just broke into a car drunk to get his head down because he'd missed the train home. When I took my hat off, I could see he recognised me. And I says, "Right." A bit weird, isn't it?
What'd you do with him?
Note. I just put a paper in, just saying I know inmate Smith. He knows me from, just to cover himself, you know, in case he tried to.
Declare an interest, as it were.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and often if it went wrong, the inmate would get shipped out to someone else, you know. In one bloke, unlocked one morning, unlocked his father. He didn't know. Yeah, kid you not. Unlocked his dad.
Jeez.
Even more bizarre, because there's so many links to it. The fella I was working with was Irish lad, and he was IUC. He's ex-IUC in Northern Ireland,
Yeah.
in the 80s. And we unlocked this fella, and it was ex-squaddy. And he'd fallen by the wayside and got himself in trouble. And he unlocked him, and they were stood looking at each other for 5 minutes. He says to me, "Give us a few minutes." "Okay," and I disappeared. When I saw him later, it turns out that a couple of years ago, in Ireland, this convict, who was a squaddy, was escorting my mate, the IUC fella, doing a search on a house when a bomb went off. And the door flattened, pair of them.
God.
But luckily, it was flat to the door. And years later, here they are at prison, and he's unlocking him. How bizarre is that? I was there, I said, bloody hell. No, it's the funniest folk, eh?
moves closer and closer.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Well, that's my life. What about yours?
Oh God. It's in my hands.
They're married 3 times now as well.
Have you really?
Yeah, still no kids. Well, that's fine. My design in doubtfall, I think. I just didn't want to be a dad. Didn't fancy it.
No?
I didn't think I was brave enough.
Brave enough.
Yeah. So I've got a horse, a 3-legged cat. And
You got a horse?
yeah. Yeah. Black Betty.
You obviously ride then?
No, do I? I'll just photograph them.
Oh really?
My wife rides. I got sucked in bit by bit. Just used to go along and support it. And then when I bought this truck, she was ever so happy because it got a tow bar. Why are you getting over happy about having a tow bar? Oh, I'll tell you when we get home, We can get a trailer now. Penny dropped. So I ended up being a committee at Horse Club as well, just for a year.
God. Oh, this is why you take the photographs?
Started, yeah, I thought, oh, I'll take a camera while I'm here waiting, doing nothing. And just like you're doing now, I was walking around and taking pictures, and actually I really enjoyed taking photos of horses. And everybody loves pictures of themselves on their horses.
Oh, right.
But you get them just stood there, so don't take a picture of me. So, but I took someone on your horse, that's different. Oh, okay. And then started doing jumps, and I do hunts as well.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's great, I love it. Absolutely love it. I help set up the courses, which is twofold. Then I know which jumps are the good ones to go and photograph and such, and it gets me out of the house as well. So I've done bloodhounds, foxhounds.
Gosh.
Yeah. I was in a magazine last week.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought, I know now what I want to do when I grow up.
What's that?
Be a photographer. But everybody's got mobile phones now, so...
Yeah. Well, you found a niche by the sound of it, anyway.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I've just done 1 or 2 wedding ones and I just don't like them.
No.
Too much pressure on.
Yeah.
Pressure,
You're doing it for pleasure, aren't you?
Oh, it's bloody pain in the ass it is. They look good at results, I must admit, but it's like, right, you got a bog roll list of who you want to take pictures of, and you're trying to collect them in the front sides and everything. It's like, you know what, I don't want to do this. So I'm doing one in summer, and my mate, she's a bit different. She's horsey. She's having all bridesmaids wearing cowboy boots and stuff like that. Their family run a firm called something Elegance, and they do funerals with horse carriages, glass carriages, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they do weddings and stuff, and it's like, it's a really massive horses, Belgian drafts. One of them's famous because he gave Russell Crowe a bloody nose. you know the Gladiator?
Yeah.
Well, the black horse you're riding in that is a Belgian Frisian, and it's one of theirs, I didn't know. And he like kicked his head back and hit Russell Crowe at Fizzog and gave him a bloody nose. Beautiful horses, beautiful.
Funny, my kids are watching it at the moment.
Aye?
Yeah.
Good film.
Brilliant film.
Good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant as
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
As the,
I think the start of that film is as good as Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, cool.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Wow. What a film that is. Yeah, the opening of that is you suddenly get the sense of...
Well, I think the filming on Private Ryan was with them old handheld cameras, so it gives that effect rather than being smooth running on rails. They had guys with cameras apparently running upside the beach anyway, not the big ones with magnets on and weights on, but just a handheld one. That filmed in Ireland, that, you know.
Really?
But it's good, but they didn't want to help. So they did it in Ireland. And all the extras are all Irish Rangers.
Hmm.
You've been artist all your life then?
I have, yeah.
Have you?
Sorry, I've just spat on.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, as I said this morning, actually, I've never had a job.
You never fancied a real job then?
No, exactly. I've had that many times, I tell you. Just swallowed
You must make it pay then, eh?
Yeah, it does now. I mean, as you said, it's impossible to start. You just have to just never give in.
Aye.
Never give in.
I can imagine.
And it's one of those things that if you don't, you know, if you're not gonna, you're never not going to be an artist. Put it that way. It's either you're going to have to do it, you have to do it, or you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're not succeed. If you can't, there's no option in life.
I suppose it takes years. I suppose it takes years or a lucky break before you get anywhere, eh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it?
And the lucky breaks come down to a couple of seconds.
Is it?
Yeah.
Been in right place and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, it's capricious. What's the word? Just so much chance involved. It's yeah, it's shocking. Shocking.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yep. Straight up. Getting scary now.
You do arms now.
Huh?
You do arms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straight up.
So do you get back to Angle so much?
Yeah, we were there Feb half term last, but off to the Lake District in Easter.
Oh, you'll see all Japs then.
Chinese.
It's full of them.
Yeah, because they're all there for Peter Rabbit.
Oh, are
Peter
they?
Rabbit is absolutely huge, so they're there to see
Yeah, places there,
all
isn't
the
it?
Beatrix Potter things.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the house?
I don't think I've been up to Beatrix
Yeah,
Potter.
I've seen
I might
it.
do that this time.
Yeah.
We've got 2 young kids, so we go to the world of Beatrix Potter.
Yeah.
We try to tie it in. They do a big Easter egg hunt, like Beatrix Potter, and they put 100 limited edition ceramic eggs out into the Lake District and then release a map.
Ah, cool. Yeah, like geocaching.
Yeah, but I put the wrong week, so.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah. So I'm in an hour in whether
You're going to move on eggs.
I'm so stubborn
Plan B.
that I might just drive up on the morning.
Plan B. Good
Just
see.
take some eggs in the back of the car and
Just launching,
Yeah, there was something last year about Chinese people photographing people's houses and gardens.
yeah.
really.
Yeah, nobody
They're,
can.
they're obsessed. Like,
I've seen it. I've seen it once.
Have you been into the world of Beatrix Potter?
No.
You go in there and they've got a gift shop, and literally there's 4, maybe 5 members of staff who are just trying to keep stuff on shelves because they just buy everything. They're absolutely obsessed with Peter Rabbit, Beatrix Potter. It's amazing. I find it fascinating. I think I'm fascinated by their fascination.
I think it's
But the people watchers.
because the borders come down that finally get out and about now. I was in Anglesey, right, and you know when you stop, you're driving down the lane, there's nothing for hours. But the minute you put the handbrake on, the car appears.
Yeah.
Chinese. Taking pictures of car.
Really? With a Jeep?
Yeah. I was in Orkney last year, and Orkney as a pleasure ship comes in every other day now, so it's good for industry in Orkney. There isn't none. The weather's a bit of a damper, but this boat came in and it was full of Chinese, right? And I was just going down the road exploring, and I went to the old prehistoric stones, and it's like nice and quiet. I'm pulling, turning left, and I could see what all these people all over the road. What are they doing? Chinese. They've all got dropped off by a couple of coaches and told to walk half a mile up
The
there.
thing is though, it's like you can kind of understand it. When I used to go to Dubai, my dad used to live in Dubai, so I'd break up for college in the summer and I'd just literally go and jump on a plane, fly to Dubai, and I'd be in Dubai for 8, maybe 10 weeks. And I used to come back and like when you're flying in, it used to be so good just to see greenery. Do you know what I mean? Or like see England again.
Right. Yeah.
So like they must love what they see.
Yeah.
But like we go to China, don't we? And we're exactly the same on there. So.
Yeah. Thankfully now there's quite a lot available on the TV.
Yeah.
See, well, they're now letting us into China, aren't they? Yeah. With the cameras and such. Not just to do bloody panda bears neither.
We must be crazy there today. They must think the English are just bonkers. Which they're not far off, are they? Well, yeah, going back to Anglesey, it's absolutely beautiful place in Anglesey.
Yeah.
We tend to now.
Trudeau Bay.
Triada Bay. Yeah.
I thought of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triada Bay is gorgeous. So on Triada Bay, you know the sea shanty cat.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did.
That's beautiful breakfast. So we tend to jump in the car in the morning, say like 5 o'clock in the morning, drive up there. We'll get there for half 8 in the morning, and go straight for breakfast, and then go meet my dad.
From there, I stopped in every bay taking photos. Then I went up to South Stack.
Lighthouse,
yeah. Yeah. And then I went south, following coastline again to the oldest village in Anglesey. Each side of it's an estuary, and this estuary is about half a mile long.
What, down near the Menai Strait bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bit further south. Yeah. In fact, it's on the circuit of the jets doing Anglesey.
Yeah. Well, one of them guys.
I know. Funnily enough, well, it's not funny. I was watching the hawks, not the arrows, but the hawks, the dark blue ones, doing the circuits. Yeah. I'm fascinated by that as well.
They are amazing.
Aren't they just?
Yeah, my stepmom, she used to be a nanny for a lot of people that worked on the base.
Yeah.
So, and she knows, I think it's like Red 1 or Red 2 or something like that. Yeah. She knows one of the pilots. And they also know some of the helicopter pilots as well.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. When you see them, where my dad lives, they circle.
It's a big circle as well, isn't it?
Have you gone up into the mountains in the pass where they fly below you? So you can get.
I've seen the video, yeah.
Literally.
No. Have you seen walk to get there?
500 metres from them.
Have you seen walk to get there? I'm beyond that now. So no, I haven't, unfortunately. But I'd love to.
Yeah,
it's a right trek.
I don't know if you've seen it, Laurence, but the jets, they do the low-level flying through the valley.
Wow. Fly below you.
And they fly literally, 1,000 metres from you or something like that.
There's a couple of websites about it. I've seen where they are. I thought, nah, miles away. I can't fucking walk up there. They'll have finished by the time I get there.
One of my mates, he took a large format camera up Snowdon. Bearing in mind, I've probably done Snowdon since I was about 10. So I've done it probably 20, 30 times, something like that. And I think I've seen a clear view once. My mate went up with a large format camera, crystal clear. I was like, what? The first time you go to Snowdon with a large format camera and you got a clear view, you can see for miles.
I was up there Thursday, Friday. I was up there Friday, and I was at Lamberris in car park, and it was socked in. And then it cleared, and I could see white houses other side of the lake, up the top of the, get the map out, I'll go up there. Goes up there, snows, 10 minutes, clear sky again, and then it was like that all day. Yeah. Then I went further
beyond. Did you go to the top of Snowdon?
Yeah. No.
I'd say they're in full winter conditions up there.
No, I didn't.
Ice axe and crampons still.
Well, I left just before the storm came. I kept ringing here to see what weather were like. And Saturday, then it was Saturday morning, I thought, you know what, I'll go now. Yeah. Get back up when it gets bad. And I came up through Welsh borders, and it was really, really bad. Yeah. I had to stop.
As I said, my dad's mountain rescue now.
Is he?
So they're dragging unprepared people off quite frequently.
I can imagine it as well, because it's 5 minutes. Goes from one to the other extreme. Yeah.
But on the tops, it's full ice axe and crampons on the top.
Is it now?
It's that bad, yeah.
Coming again, isn't it? Next few days, apparently.
Well, they're so high, it's not going off the top of it.
Yeah.
But people go up and think they can risk it, and one slid off the other day. It's like 300-400 metres. Sadly died, I think. But
happens.
A lot this year.
Happens. back on Anglesey on the beaches and kept looking back at Snowdonia.
It's beautiful, yeah.
The tops have still got snow.
Love when you're driving away, and especially if there's snow on them because they're more defined.
Yeah.
When you drive away and you like check your rearview mirror and you see it.
Yeah. Kept stopping and taking pictures. I thought, I've got that shot.
Yeah.
A bit later, I'm doing it again. I've got that shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
So I'm going to
say my dad lives literally right on the beach.
Oh, he's got it made, hasn't he? I'm going up to Lewis next week after. I've not been there yet. Isle of Skye I've been and done.
I'm trying to think, my dad and I, they go and look after, they've got a few friends that live, they live on like a little remote island up in Scotland.
Okay. There's one of a few thousand up there, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to find it now.
Every year I go autumn and spring. On one I've done Jura, Arran, Orkneys. I don't fancy Shetland, it's too far away.
They had to fly to it last time.
Is it with the runways on the beach?
I don't know, let's see if we can find a message.
You got my scar?
What's that? Yeah, I'll get that in. There you go. Put it in.
Well, a convict, it would that pit. Not that dramatic. Knocked me senseless, it did.
Really?
Because it hit the peak of the hat. Knocked the hat off. Straight to hospital. First thing I did to clean up, cold as that. Oh no, leave it in, leave it in. I want to leave it in.
What, a blue scar?
Yeah, because you get money for it.
Oh, right.
And it's like a battle scar.
Yeah.
It's a battle honour. I said, no, we've got instruction now, we've got to clean it all out.
Won't give you any money.
Bastard, yeah. My dad had blue scars all over. Yeah. And that's
Lewes Castle.
Where?
Lewes Castle.
What island's that on?
I don't know.
And that finger's with a fortune.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Seen blokes chop the fingers off.
God, really?
Been up hard times, yeah. I saw it once. Had his mate chop his pinky off.
You saw it?
Yeah. Put his finger on a line. On the railway line.
Stornoway.
Oh yeah, I'm going up there.
Yeah, that's where they...
That's Lewis. That's capital Lewis, I think. Yeah, put his finger on a line and his mate with hammer.
Really?
Then he used to go to a place called Laurence in Leeds and get assessed and give you a check. So because that then was in my airline, so I've got nothing for it. I should have gone now, shouldn't I? I'd as soon have not had them thump my head, I must admit.
How much did you get for a blue scar?
He used to get a lot of money.
Did you?
Yeah. If it was on, the face. My dad's, a lot of my dad were on his back when he got
Straps on the roof?
Yeah, yeah. And they didn't used to clean scars out anyway in those days. Just didn't, They do now. It's just cold dust. It goes blue.
I wonder why it is.
So when he went into when he died and we had him cremated, he burnt for days. Probably. And he got some stories, I know, when he used to be at Mars Rescue.
Was he busy?
Yeah, very.
Keith
Always being called out.
Keith was never used, really.
My dad were, yeah. It's a fellow went round the disc.
Oh, for God's sake.
So they got him up in plastic bags.
What?
And they got paid £1 extra for doing it. Imagine that.
So that's like my dad's kitchen. That's Holyhead Mountain there.
Yeah.
So that's their view.
That's cool.
And then this was it the other day when
Was it all the time now?
Yeah, lived there for 20 years. That's the other day when it snowed.
What day is that? Over the weekend, obviously.
2nd of March.
They actually got it then?
Yeah.
I did well, didn't I?
It never normally happens there, obviously because they're right on the beach.
Well, yeah, like I said, it was a question of going there or Northumberland, but that was going to get it, so I went to Anglesey.
Yeah, I've been there, and in fact, I can't remember, I think it might be October half term when we had real strong winds, and they recorded something like 96 mile an hour winds near Anglesey. And we were looking at the weather forecast, and we were due to go home the next day anyway.
Yeah.
But like in the evening, and I looked at the weather forecast and I was like, I need to get out, because if they shut the bridges, you're stuck on the island. And I had to go back, so I was photographing.
Okay.
So we set off at about 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I said to my wife, I said, look, let's just get the car back, let's just get off before they shut the bridges, because if the wind picks up any more, they'll shut them. And we got down there and it was hairy as hell. And
was
then
it?
we were about an hour, so we were just beyond the mountains and just coming like Conway. And it shut both Britannia and Menai Bridge.
Both?
Yeah, both.
Is that a regular?
No, not really. They'll shut Britannia Bridge, but Menai
Higher
Bridge
up into it.
stays open because it's round the corner.
That's right, yeah.
So, but yeah, they shut both of them.
Wow.
So we were well lucky.
Yeah.
But I think they recorded 96 mile an hour.
Crikey. Can't be wind.
There's a bay called Cable Bay where they do surfing as well. And we went in there once when there was like storm tides coming in. Well, the wind was just blowing like 10 to 12 foot waves in. It was brilliant. Stupid here, went swimming in it. And it was amazing. But when I was like surfing in on my belly, the wave dropped me and pinned me on the beach. And as the waves like on my back, literally, I just laid on gravel. It's like, I managed to get out. I couldn't breathe till it knocked all the air out of me, so I was like panicking a bit. And I just like had gravel cuts all the way down my front where it just literally shoved me at the beach.
You can't beat weather, can you?
Last time I went there.
First time I went to Orkney, my tent got wrecked. So that's when I decided, right, I'm getting shut at 90 and buying a 110 and getting converted. I'm sleeping inside it.
Yeah.
Then I went back up to Orkney and I got some bad weather. I thought, bring it on.
And then your windows leak.
No, no, it's a fabulous bit of kit. It really is. It's outside. It's a fabulous bit of kit.
Is it in the car park?
Yeah, the top pops
you
up.
pay for car park, haven't you?
I will do a phone when I get back. Yeah.
Have you not done it now?
No, you can do it afterwards.
Can you?
Yeah, because I did last time. I took a snapshot of the number and you go home, ring it up. You do it on phone. It's that grey one on the right. Got a solar panel on it. Top lifts up like a dormer. All back has been emptied and you've got a bench sheet on the left and the kitchen arrangement on the right. Sink, cooker, washer. Then a box shot roof of beer. Of course.
I don't know if it's in this one or short stay.
I mean that short stay one.
We're in long stay.
Oh, whatever then. I'm right in the corner by the roundabout.
4 minutes, Laurence.
Oh God.
I'll let you have a few extra there, because you didn't start dead on time. It's there though.
You think so?
Yeah.
You got to be scaring.
Just wiped over it again, you mean?
Got my dad's nose.
Yeah, it's there, Laurence. A reference to the parents.
Whenever we have that, we know we're there.
Dad had a big nose.
Yeah, let's keep your mouth shut for a minute. Dan, you can talk, but he can't answer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He smiles. I want miserable people. They're a lot easier.
You get the girls
Guys,
out
let's stop I've got 2 minutes. This is forever. A lot of cheerful miners, I can tell you.
Huh?
It's because we're not down there anymore. Well,
So it's not work, but bloody hell, it's stressful.
you're against the clock, aren't you?
Yeah. And nearly having hair and not quite having hair is not easy.
Somebody posted a photograph last week on Facebook, and it was a leaving do when we were at Pitt, 1981, and we all look like porn stars. Little tashes. Must be.
What mining group's that?
That wasn't. Have you seen Bob's Miner's Lamp?
No.
Is it called Bob? I think it's called Bob's Miner's Lamp. He posted one this morning, as it happens, about mines rescue. What my dad was with the apparatus they used to wear. I thought that's 60s and 70s. I think it's called Bob's Lamp or Bob's Miner's Lamp.
Right, I'll try and find that one as well. I'm in loads of them now.
Because of this.
Yeah, we need more miners. I want to try and get 50.
How many you got?
We've done 18. We've got 18 so far.
Is that all?
Yeah.
We haven't pushed it though. So
I think a lot just don't want to know because of the strike, you know. When they did that film a couple of years back, they were asking Ran Donny for extras. Nobody wanted to know.
Really?
Yeah. First time I watched Billy Elliot, you know, the opening bit with the strike and all, I turned it off.
You want to turn it off?
I did, yeah. I didn't expect it to be about that. First few minutes, I turned it off and I watched it again a month later. Brilliant film. But first few minutes, it caught me unaware.
yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that we're trying to do now is to move, not necessarily beyond the strike, but we're celebrating what's good.
It's dead right what you do.
We're not attaching.
Totally agree. It's a big part. It's a big part of it. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate nature. It's a huge part of it. But like we've said to most people, like the end of this process is a positive, successful thing. Not a look at how bad we had it, but look at the brilliant things. Like look at the community. Look at what we as miners, and not just a man in the mine, but that community, the mining community is the phenomenal thing that I think this is celebrating as opposed to.
I mean, it's all been wrecked since. I mean,
yeah.
All around my area, Normanton, it's a ghost town now.
Yeah.
All the pubs where you're 18 plus, we all lived in practically, all gone. One's now a bloody Indian takeaway.
And it's unbelievable how much the mine's supported. I don't think people fully realise and now we lean on the government for that support, and it's not there because the mines did such a good job of building communities and holding them together. And
A lot more went under than just the mines, you know.
But that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to resurrect in terms of the memories of the positive side, the community, what we had and what was great, rather than like, obviously we're sat here in a transitional period for Doncaster and we're trying to rebuild and we're trying to make it a positive place again. But
it's working.
We're slowly getting there, but we've got to change the stigma. We've got to change the mindset.
Well, that's when the next generation will be okay.
Yeah.
Because you got.
But by looking at how amazing we were and what we once had, and it's still there, it still resonates around, and the people that we've had in for the mining and the discussions we've had, all the story that comes out is all the beautiful stuff that used to happen, and it's still there in the soil. Do you know what I mean? Like these people. And it's important to get these stories as well.
It is, yeah.
50, as Laurence said the other day, 50, 60 years, we won't probably be here.
You'll have to go to specialist places like Cap House.
Yeah. I've got to go. Vic, we've got to go.
Have you not been?
I haven't yet, no. I've not managed to convince the wife that. Because we work so much.
Kids will love it.
Then,
you go underground, you know.
I might do it
concreted,
this weekend.
but it's brilliant.
I might do it this weekend.
And it's run by old colliers as well.
Might be a good way in as well. Laurence.
Schools go. Hey, schools go. Schools go. School
My
trips.
wife, I don't think my wife will go underground
Well, don't tell her. Just have to come across it because there's loads. The pit top is all horses, all the machinery, all the old stuff.
Canaries?
No, just 4 horses.
I saw been there. I saw the canaries.
Canaries. Yeah, it's really good. It's a good visit.
I'm just going to jump in the car and say, right, let's go. I'm not going to tell her where we're going to go. I'll just rock up and deal with it.
I did go down because I was curious as to what years ago it's like. And since then it's had lottery money. It does a lot of stuff. Really good exhibitions.
Take her out for
Loads
a
of
meal
books.
after. We've got to do that first.
Yeah.
She won't even get the lift though.
Oh shit, she won't do that. She won't do that. she won't do that with me.
Literally, Joe here, she won't get in the lift.
Oh no,
She won't get in the lift at all.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't take her down in because the lift is pretty hardcore.
Manus cages like ours were three decks, 14 blokes.
See, I never understood the deck thing. I thought
it was a long, thin cage.
But I just thought it was a singular thing. So everyone gets in on one platform, they all go down. But then people talk about the decks, and I was like,
3 decks.
3 decks of men just. Like,
Well, it's there primarily to get the men down, obviously, but all from an hour in morning and an hour at end of shift. Hour each end of shift, should I say? It's man riding, and it goes half the speed. Either side of that, it's coal, and it's 3 tubs of coal. And it's coal speed, it's like twice as fast.
Yeah,
sometimes
if you messed about with the operators, then they used to get
I did that. Got fucked. And it'll you pay for that ride now, but then Monday morning, imagine Monday morning, there were plenty being sick down back of your mate because you were like stuffed right close to each other. In pairs, about 14. And it moved once, another 14, crammed in, and then the net cage comes down, and then it's like, phew.
That'd be,
So yeah, I know one fella, he got as far as getting onto cage, and he said, I can't do it anymore. Off he went, disappeared, went to work in Stockyard.
Simon, I'm just going to nip down and get lunch. Are you alright to stop the...
Yeah.
Take a carrot lunch today, Laurence?
Oh, thank you. Johnson money. That's good news.
Cheese sarnie, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Suffolk sarnie.
What, a bit of canary?
Yeah. You ever listen to any Stings
You've got 5
songs?
minutes, Laurence, and then I'm...
Thank you. Thank you for the extra time. Usually means it's going badly.
Yeah. Sting sings about mines.
Yeah, the sort of. Yeah, he did a load of that stuff recently, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's now doing some play in London about the shipyards where he's actually from, because he's an ex-teacher.
Yeah. Interesting.
But some of his songs, can't recall names, Black Gold or Black Dust. Something. And it's like, yeah, spot on. He knows what he's singing about with words.
Vig skull. Keep going vigor, it's never quite there.
So it's not old kiddies plasticine you're using, is
This
it?
is wax.
Ah, is it?
I use the lost wax method of casting, which is an old Italian method
Is it?
from the Renaissance. And
Right, I see, it's wax.
yeah.
Does it leave you with a funny taste in your mouth?
Sorry?
Does it leave a funny taste in your mouth?
No, no taste really.
At all, yeah.
Thank God.
Actually, yeah.
Small blessing.
I was watching a programme last night about the silversmiths.
Oh.
Yeah, that BBC 4 is quite good.
Oh.
Right down this.
Shiny head, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it always does when it's sunny.
Now I'll tell you something. It tastes horrible now. Ugh.
I can smell the paraffin.
Yeah.
Aside from petrol ones, bloody hell.
Oh,
I
like
tasted that for weeks. Done it once. Now there's a contraption now you can get with a ball bearing.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. About 12-foot pipe, put it into the tank, shake it, the ball bearing starts to suction.
Really?
Yeah. Land Rover thing. I had to use it in Morocco. I thought I should have tried this out at home first.
Didn't you ever need it, did you?
Yeah. I did it once in desert when we were going somewhere. Because the jerry cans didn't have the funnel on and you couldn't tip it up. Are they other bloke skulls in there then?
Yep.
Looks like you're seeing out of NSI, isn't it?
It's a bit like the guillotine's been, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you're number 4 this time. 2 more to go.
And what you're going to do, you're going to do an average of what you've got, like?
Do we take... No, I'll try to use every one. I've got to go through this too many times.
Right.
Keep looking forward just to a quick little stage now. I feel like a bit like a hairdresser or some sort of dentist or... drop it. Hasn't happened yet, you're lucky. It's always the first time. I suppose that's it then.
That's it. It's 20 past now. You're well over.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate.
There you go.
So, yeah, we can do a step on it.
You can hold it for the camera.
Sure.
You and Laurence?
Wax. Nice one. I like that. I hope it's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that was good. Well, I mean, pretty hard.
Yeah, yeah.